Welcome to At Your Library. I'm your host, Cathleen Clifford. A few years ago, the nonprofit organization Traveling Toys approached the Groton Public Library about starting a toy library. And at the time, Diana and Mary joined us to tell us all about their nonprofit, Traveling Toys. They are here today with special guest Dan from Groton Utilities, who has partnered, and we are pleased to announce that today we are going to add to our collection double the amount of toys we have offered till now. So let's find out more about what Traveling Toys is doing for our public libraries. Welcome back.
Nice to be here.
Thank you. And thank you, Dan, for joining us. We're going to find out exactly how Groton Utilities fits into this wonderful organization. Let's start with, can you tell us about Traveling Toys? How did it start and why?
Well, Mary and I have been friends for about 12 years, and we were trying to figure out something that we could do together to give back to our communities. Mary and her mom came up with the idea of that we should create toy libraries. And we looked around and we were trying to figure out our location. But in the meantime, we co-founded Traveling Toys in 2019. And then we were trying to figure out sort of a location. And I believe that if we partnered with public libraries, we would have the greatest impact, because we could put the toy libraries within the children's section and the teen section and have so everyone in the community would have access.
I think adding the teens is an even greater impact, because we tend to forget that they need to play. It's part of their learning, and they need to learn strategy through board games and different learning toys that sometimes get missed. So thank you for adding that. What exactly is a toy library?
Well, a toy library is just what it sounds like. It's a library. You have the toys in the library, and they come and they can check them out, or they can play with them in the library, just like traditional book lending is. And so here, the circulation numbers, it's about 18 toys per month for the children and 70 for the teens.
Wow.
And they find that I think it's about 1,000 teens per year, and about 5,000 children come to the Groton Toy Libraries.
That is fantastic. And you said it's geared for different age groups. So what are a few examples of what you would have for, like, say, toddlers or elementary school and then teen, all different types of toys?
Yeah, we have them in basically 5 different categories for the children. So the children are, like, I would say 0 to 8 years old, right?
Okay.
And then for the teens, there's that middle school age. There's certain games, and then the teens have their board games, video games, the circuits, things like that.
It's really great. Not only, video games, always fun, always popular, everybody loves them, but some of the toys that you helped to get into the libraries are STEM related and reading literacy related, and these children don't know that they're learning while playing. So it's really amazing. Dan, can you tell us a little bit about the partnership with Groton Utilities and the toy libraries?
Well, we have a grant program at Groton Utilities. We're a publicly owned utility. And so one of our missions is to reach out to the community and support the community as best we can. So the grant program, we have a lot of different places apply. And so they applied. And I read through what they wanted to do. And I'm like, this sounds great. This sounds like a no-brainer for us to support. So they've applied 2 different times, I think 2022 and 2024. And they've built this great program here, which helps the community and children and all that. And we're more than happy to support anything that's along those lines.
Excellent. So Groton Utilities outreach initiative is for all of Groton?
It's for the areas that we serve.
Okay.
So Groton, we're kind of scattered a little bit. We'll say Groton for this conversation.
All right.
But we get applications from lots of nonprofits, and we're always happy, and sponsorships for different events and fundraisers and so on. But as a publicly owned utility, like I said, it's what we do. We're here to make life better the best way we can through lower rates of cleaner water and by supporting nonprofits like this.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much from all of us, because we would not have this amazing toy library if Traveling Toys didn't come up with this and partner with amazing organizations like yourself. How many toy libraries is Traveling Toys in now?
We have 17 now.
Wow.
So we're very excited about that. And we also want to thank Groton Utilities because we're really grateful to be able to have this opportunity to bring the lending libraries to the library here. And we're excited about where we are now because we just calculated our numbers for our toys and games in circulation, and we're at 70,000.
Wow. And now is that at this point just in Connecticut?
We're just in Connecticut for now.
That is
fantastic. But we're expanding into Rhode Island.
Great.
We just established ourselves as a foreign nonprofit in Rhode Island, and we were really excited to partner with Kids Operating Room this year to set up play spaces in the Children's Hospital in Lviv, Ukraine, and that's ongoing construction now. So there'll be 6 different rooms for the children to go and spend time with before they have to have their surgery and after surgery.
That is absolutely fantastic. What impact do you think this program is having on libraries and communities from the past 4 years you've been involved? What have you seen?
I think that it enhances the reputation of the libraries. I think they've always been incredible community centers, and it's just one more asset to the library to bring families in. So I think that the increase in attendance at the library, the foot traffic, I think when families come in, they bring their children and then they see their other programs. We're just very happy to be a part of it all.
That's wonderful. How important do you think play is in fostering reading for children?
So play is actually a really powerful tool for fostering early literacy and providing instruments to learn to read. And when you think about it, like it happens to them and they don't even know it's happening to them. So when children go and have kind of like their imagination, they're practicing using language, which helps their vocabulary. And also when they play, when they're playing with a menu or a toy that has a label, they don't realize that there's words there, but they understand that those words have meaning. So they're kind of making up, like the print is starting for them to see that, right? And so the other thing that play really does for that is their fine motor skills are improved. And in doing that, when they go to write, it really helps them with that. So certain toys, like building can kind of strengthen your writing. And so the other thing is when children play and have narratives with friends or in their own head, they're thinking about, what the next sequence is, which helps you in comprehension. And so I think everyone knows if you can put play into learning, it really helps children engage and have fun. And I think that when you put it into early education, it's just children have developed the natural foundation for reading, and they realize that that can be fun and they enjoy it, and that it really works to kind of tie it all together.
Excellent. I think that when children come at it from a fun, enjoyable thing like learning or math, because we are a library, but a lot of the toys do help with counting and sorting and shapes and all the skills that children need. And I think that if they're having fun, that they don't realize that we're trying to give them a little bit of education in there too. So it's a really nice program. What are some of your future plans for the toy library?
Well, I will continue on and partner with public libraries because our numbers are so high, and obviously the feedback from all the communities is so positive. But we are open to other possibilities.
Okay.
And so I think that we welcome, other partnerships. Our mission is to provide access to the toys and games for really ages up to 17 or 18, and any program that would provide that, we're interested. So we've talked about after-school programs, schools, and we'll just see where it leads. But we're excited about the future of our partnerships because we feel as if we're making a positive impact.
Excellent. So important. Dan, how important is it to Groton Utilities to see this program continue to grow in our community?
Well, this is a great program. It's educational. We want to contribute to the community as any way we can, really, through rehab programs that we participate in providing money for, through all sorts of charities. And this being education, to me personally, I mean, what's more important than education? So having this program here in our town and having it spread throughout the state and the region, what would be better than that in my mind?
Excellent. Thank you so much. Are there any improvements that you're hoping to make to the program that, things that you've come across in the last 4 years that, maybe you want to tweak this or change this?
So every time we work with a library, like our initial list of toys that we provided is very different from the recommendations we make today because we've gotten feedback from our library. Each year we ask for a survey and what's working, what's not working. And so if there's a toy that doesn't last, it comes off our list.
Okay.
And so that we've come to a list now where we have 120 recommended toys, and we still will always be improving that. One thing that Diana and I have talked about is we'd like to see, to try to figure out a way where children come to the library to have access to the toys, but some libraries are starting to look at maybe like a mobile unit so that children that can't get to the library would still have access. So those are things that we'd like to see, hopefully in the future.
That is really wonderful. And I'll tell you, with the different, rec programs and summer camps and things during the summer where children don't usually get to go to places, because, they're at daycare or at parks and things like that. That is something that a mobile unit would be so cool to see at. And just at those schools where some kids just can't get down to the library. So excellent. So that is wonderful. All right, most important thing. Somebody's watching. They're like, wow, this is so amazing. I want to help. How can someone help out the toy libraries? Can they donate? Do you take toys? Do you cold hard cash? Do you need people to come in and hands-on? What would help? What would help?
Well, I think if you have a toy library in your community, tell your neighbors so that everyone knows it's there, so that the children and teens can take part of it. And if you don't have one and you'd like one, please feel free to contact us. We'll be happy to talk about making it happen, funding, and the whole process. And we accept donations
On our website, which is travelingtoys.info. So,
yes.
Excellent. So I was just going to ask, is there a website? And you told me. So the website is travelingtoys.info. And it goes right to the Traveling Toys website where you can see about the program, how it started, Diana and Mary's journey, and what libraries they're in today. And if you have any questions, you can reach them through that. Thank you so much for coming back today. Again, we are putting out more toys, more games, more video games today here in Groton. And thank you to Dan from Groton Utilities, a great partner for our community. We very much appreciate you working with the Groton Public Library just to make us even better and stronger for our community. So thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. This has been At Your Library. Thanks for checking in.